Java. This is Prambanan, Prambanan, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a World Heritage Site 642. Unfortunately, it looks like a heavy rain is coming because we're in the monsoon season. I'm gonna stay here for a while. We'll keep you posted on this. So this is a big Hindu temple, and I think we're gonna make a move now because it does look very promising around here. Okay, see you then. Alright, we're close to Borobudur, one of the very important ancient monuments or temples, better say. And the hotel that we're staying is about 5 kilometers away from the temple that we're going to visit tomorrow. And this is the look at the view that we have right off out of the window. And this is a little sort of a lake, artificial lake. And inside this lake there are a lot of little fishes, and they will basically sold off after a while, and then another guy will kind of grow them bigger, and then he will sell it off for whatever. And this is basically right in front here. These are here, my feet, and there's also water running through this here. One of the farmers just was cutting the grass here so that the water can flow. And here you see basically the paddy fields or the rice fields. And basically this is we are surrounded by all of this, and I think it's quite nice. And the accommodation that we are staying in is very, very modern. It's new, probably just like 1, 2, 3 years old, and just about $28, so it's quite reasonable. And this is the main road. Just walking there for about 1.5 kilometers. It's a bit scary, but well, it worked out pretty well. And well, the rest tomorrow from Borobudur temple. And see you then. Okay, this is a nearby restaurant, and you can see you can actually eat the fish that is swimming happily there. And here's also a different fish, and there's a catfish, and this is goruma or something like this. And we're definitely gonna try this later on. So it's pretty happy fish there. Look at him. Yeah, it's pretty happy. And I have a lot of fish there. They're also like fish you can choose actually, and it's all homegrown. So yeah, basically they kind of live and die here or from a nearby place. And yeah, you have this kind of a nice location actually, nice little huts where you can basically eat. And here's another fish. Oh, this is tilapia fish. Okay, so this is something that also can get in Malaysia. It's pretty common. However, the fish here, the big fish, that's the most famous one here. It's about a price of $6 for a whole fish, which is about 1 kilo of fresh fish that they kill right in front of you. So take it out, they kill it, and then you will have it on your plate about 15 to 20 minutes later. So we're gonna try that later on, and we're gonna see how that will work out. See you then. Okay, just ordered the fish, and I think there will be, the killer is already on its way probably, so they're just checking the order today. Different fish, so we shall see how that works out. So again, here's the fish swimming inside, still looking quite happy so far. So they have 3 or 4 different kinds of fish. So this is a bit of a small, no, this is also quite a big one. And this is the one I think I had yesterday. Yeah. So there are a few more there. And I hope the guy will come in a second. Okay, while we're here, today we visit Borobudur. Borobudur is one of the wonders, one of the 4 wonders of the East. One is the Egyptian pyramids, the Great Wall of China is the second. One is Borobudur, and the other one. Oh, okay, he's coming. I have no time to talk. Okay, so he's getting the fish. Oh, okay. He's getting it out there. Pretty happy. Still happy fish. Oh, they don't really want to go in. Yay! Super happy. Thank you. Okay, so now one goes out, and there you go. Thank you. Okay, so that's the fish that was just swimming in the water happily about 20 minutes ago. Now he's on the plate, and this is the fried fish, and this is basically the grilled fish. So yeah, from 20 minutes to happy life to being in my belly, it's a pretty good carry, I would say. All right. Okay, we hit the Borobudur temple. It's the largest Buddhist temple in the world, and it used to be one of the 7 world wonders until 2011. Now it's a World Heritage Site from UNESCO, and it's, as I said, it's a huge temple. It's built out of about 2 million lava blocks, so from the volcano, and we are surrounded by a volcano. One of the most active volcanoes is just around the corner. It's probably, it's not this, but yeah, this is how it kind of looks like. Um, they're here, we are here on the Nirvana level, so this has more levels, and the first 6 levels are more or less the earth life, and this is now the level of Nirvana. So when you have climbed up here, you have basically reached the top, and you're, yeah, kind of enlightened, or you hope you will be enlightened. Basically it's a mixed temple of Hindu culture and Buddhism. They're all mixed together. The Prambanan, where we were 2 days ago, that was the Hindu temple, sort of. This is the Buddhist temple, but we noticed they look very similar, so they influence each other very strongly. So these are the 72 stupas here, and one main stupa that's empty. There was a big Buddha inside, but now they removed it, actually for in the museum, so that nothing will happen. All right, I give you a few more pictures later on. Alright, we are at Borobudur, a World Heritage Site, formerly ancient, one of the ancient 7 world wonders, and we are on the 4th level, I think. And on the wall you will always see these kind of carved reliefs of the life of Buddha. So basically from birth until he's basically really the Buddha. So we had a guide just now, and he explained us a lot about all the stories, so it's quite interesting. And yeah, I mean, as I said, they basically, as you see here, there's a bit of goldish color that was Dutch when they discovered this temple about 200 years ago. They had to also do some renovations, and there are a few periods or few times where they actually renovated this huge temple. And interesting thing is there's no cement or something. This is all stones. It's kind of a keystone system where the stones lock each other, so they stabilizes itself. And as I said, it's all lava stone, so it's relatively light. But they replaced some of the stones because of the rain in general, like just used. So here all these carvings, thousands of these things all tell stories, and I think about, what does it say, about 50, 60, 70% of the stories are all already clear what it kind of means, but there's still a number of the stories people don't really have no clue what it actually means. So as I said, it's the biggest Buddhist temple in the world, and this is actually the most famous history or the site for Indonesia. Alright. Okay, still Borobudur, and I just want to show you here the elephants. So, and according to the guide, there are no elephants in Java and just in Sumatra, and that's what I said before. It's basically a kind of a mixture of Hindu and Buddhist traditions and culture. So you will see very similar things probably also in a Hindu temple. And here again, a horse and an elephant. And there are a few more like things that you would maybe associate with Buddhism, but there are also a number of things that you would probably associate with the Hindu culture. So it's pretty mixed up, and there are also a few, as according to what I've read, there were a few marriages between the Buddhist and the Hindu in ancient times, so sort of a kind of a peaceful coexistence. And the temple, I don't know whether I brought it up, it's about 1,200 years old. Nobody knows really when it was built. Okay, again, bottom of the Borobudur temple, 35 meters high, about 260 meters above sea level, so pretty impressive. Just to see, you see probably a few people are walking by in uniform. These are the people that just interviewed me, and there were like 20 people. They were pretty nervous high school students, as probably class assignment to check out a few Westerners and to practice their English. Pretty cool thing. Fortunately, I speak quite a bit of Malay, so they they could communicate better with me and we felt a bit more comfortable. So this is the temple from here, and this is how it looks like around here. This is this stone there is the UNESCO stone. So basically, yeah, it's they have who contributed and all these kind of things. And there's a huge park that is actually maintained by a private company, and however, the temple is still owned by the government. Okay, Borobudur is surrounded by Bodhi trees, and you might have heard about Bodhi trees. These are the trees where Buddha used to pray under for, I don't know, quite long actually. And when you look at the shape of the leaf, so I'm just going to show you the shape of the leaf. So this is the shape of the leaf. And when you look at the shape of this leaf and you look at the stupa, you can't really see it, but the stupa has a similar shape. And this is probably also a reason why this tree is actually called Ficus religiosa. So it's a religious tree. So it's a pretty much important tree and has a lot of stories around it. So this is the Bodhi tree, it's a small one, and Buddha prayed under this, or meditated on prayed, but he meditated under this tree, or not on this, but under Bodhi tree. Okay, this is the area right in front of, right behind of the hotel. So you see here paddy fields, white here. There's some mountain range. As I said before, there are some quite active volcanoes, one of the active ones in the world. Last eruption was 2010, and here some locals actually. I don't know what they're really doing. Planting the rice. Oh yeah, they're planting the rice, and it's quite the mountain range here. I don't know whether they're too angry. Okay, so that's it. Okay, we're in one of the monasteries, the Buddhist monasteries. Right around the corner, sort of another smaller temple, and it's super well maintained here. We can really say that. And interestingly, this is a Muslim or Islamic country, and still the people live peaceful together, especially here the Muslims and the Buddhists. Everything is really peaceful. They have very well maintained monasteries. People are very understanding, and most of the people who come here are obviously Muslim. However, it's quite interesting. I think that there are there's peaceful coexistence between these two faiths. Okay. Okay, we are in a puppet shadow theater. This is a very traditional form of art and is a cultural heritage. And this is basically the shadow that you can see. And I'll show you how it looks like at the other side. So this is kind of a band, and basically one person who is working with the puppets. So these puppets are cultural heritage of Indonesia. This specific piece or play has 8 episodes, and every episode is 2 hours long, so that means 16 hours. We jumped in episode 6. Not that I would understand anything because everything is probably in Javanese, and I have absolutely no clue what's going on, but it's nice to see. Okay, 8 o'clock in the morning, Jogjakarta, Maliboro. This is the busiest street in the city, and this is also where the New Year's celebration was held. Well, actually the New Year's celebration was not so impressive. There were just 1 million people here, and it was really difficult to get through. And they also actually didn't really do a countdown, so when it was like 5 minutes after midnight, we kind of figured, well, no countdown. So it's very busy, as you can see here. And in general, I would say Indonesia is still quite far behind compared to Malaysia in terms of cleanliness. Things are still relatively unorganized, and also here it's more catered to the local tourists because even hotel staff lacks proper English skills. Also noticeable, like places are not well engineered, I would say. Hotels are just a few months old, and there's still already some cracks on the wall. It's all not really sustainable, I feel. And we had a bit of I know I have a bit of a food poisoning, not so bad, but it's still like this upsetting stomach that you have, or that I have normally when I go to places that are not so clean. And we had a lot of nasi goreng, which is basically the only thing that you get. more or less. A few other dishes, but yeah, nasi goreng is the main dish. You can also see there are a few like these rickshaw pullers there on the side. So there's still a lot of hard labor going on here, and even horse carts here. But this is the most interesting or most important tourist spot. So here are a few of the shops. So there are a lot of street vendors, many street vendors, and yeah, generally it's a quite interesting experience. Even though I have been in Indonesia before, but I still feel there's a lot to do also because of the large population. Infrastructure is still a bit behind. However, we shall see how this works out. And with this, last you to the horse cart and one of the becha or the rickshaw pullers going to the airport now, and seeing you then. Okay, bye. Yes, hello, and a very good morning from a very different country. It's just a week after I left Jogjakarta in Indonesia, but since I finished my data collection for my study, I thought let's go for another trip. And we are in, I don't think that you can really guess it because I don't know anybody who has been here before. This is a country called Brunei Darussalam, has about a population of about 430,000 people. It's extremely small. It's the second sultanate in the world, so with this I have visited both sultanates, and it's a country that has yeah, barely any poverty. It's a very rich, wealthy country, and things are pretty organized and neat. Okay, we'll visit a few sites and then I'll keep you posted. See you then. Alright, this is the same as you have just seen. This is the Sultan Omar Mosque. It's about 60 years old, and in 1998 renovation was completed, and they basically equipped the whole mosque with AC, so it's extremely cold inside actually. But well, since Brunei is one of the wealthiest countries, they don't really can be bothered. So this is how this looks like, and Brunei is also a country where the Sharia law is implemented, so stealing something is not good because they will chop off your hand, and stoning is also possible if you do something bad. So in this country is basically no crime because this country is wealthy, so nobody really needs to steal anything, and furthermore the laws are quite strict, so you better take care, and we shall see how this works out. Okay, we are so close to the mosque. When you just come over the bridge, so this is a mosque, a very beautiful building, and when you just turn around, you will see this. This is called Ayer, Kampung Ayer, which is basically the water village, and is one of the water villages. And Brunei has about 40,000 people living in these water villages that were established about 1,300 years ago. And I said before that Brunei basically doesn't have poverty, but people consider like people living in these houses as sort of poor. At least there is a larger proportion of poor people. We will go in later on and show you how that looks like. So we're in the Royal Regalia building, which is basically sort of a museum of Malay and Bruneian monarchy, and it's really extremely huge. I think it took us almost 2 hours to go through the whole building, and they have also galleries of the presents that the Sultan received, and this is like it's massive. It's from all over the world, and it's just a lot of stuff that we had to go through. And here is basically yeah, one of the things when they have a ceremony, also they go through the city with this thing. Yeah, quite impressive actually. So it is a small country, it is a very wealthy country, and apparently they show that they are quite well off. As I said, a lot of presence in this building from leaders of other states and territories, and it's just massive, and I don't know how much this building and what is inside is worth. It's billions of dollars, I would say. Okay, with this, shall see what happens. Okay, now we are really on Kampong Ayer. So this is this water village, and this is the biggest or largest tilted village or settlement in the world. And you see, this is all on water here. So we came here with a water taxi, and this is basically the tower where you can overview the city. And they have a postal office, they have a fire brigade, they have schools, everything here. About 40,000 people still live here, but you can also see they are very nice houses. during the upgrading process they have put in like modern sanitation and electricity and everything is actually in place, so it's not necessary that there are poor people living here, and the government takes good care of this village. And we will just go downstairs in a few minutes and just see whether we can actually see something more. And it's a very very impressive place. Okay, we're in a water village. Now we're right inside of the village, and you see it's all really built on water, more or less. And here, this is one of the houses, and they all look kind of like this in this particular settlement here. So it's all very modern. It's, as I said, uh, electricity supply, water supply, and the houses look really nice, and they're huge houses. So you think about it, this complete thing is built on water, and this is just one of the probably newer developments here. And it's here concrete road, normal road. They have everything what you would have in another town or village. Even, as I said, the fire brigade is also here, schools, and post offices and mosques, and everything is here. So this is the development, or the new settlement here. I'll show you probably one of the older ones later on. Okay, so in Kampung Ayer, these are the more, I would say, more simpler houses compared to those we have seen before that were a bit more luxurious. So here is the mosque. So this is the mosque of this village, but actually this Kampung Ayer consists of many different villages itself. So the normal houses of the people, and you see they are not as nice as those we have seen right behind us here. And you have to walk constantly on bolts. So if you're not really stable or not really balanced, that could be a bit of a problem. So this is probably the last impression from Kampung Ayer, the water village in Brunei, the largest stilted village in the world. Okay, we are just about 2 to 3 kilometers out of the capital city of Brunei Darussalam, Bandar Seri Bengawan, and we are right in front of the Jamir Azhar Hasanil Bolkiah Mosque, and this is probably one of the most famous mosque in Brunei Darussalam. Unfortunately, we can't take any pictures or videos from inside, but everything that is inside is pretty amazing and impressive. We have seen already there, like the prayer rooms, the prayer areas, they have a flat screen so that you can see the Imam on the Friday prayer. So it's super impressive mosque. It's super big, and yeah, just gonna go inside and see inside. However, I can't take any pictures or videos, so I just leave you with this impression of this mosque, which is probably one of the most beautiful in the world. Brunei International Airport check-in counter for the business class. So this is one of the probably nicest, neatest and cleanest airports I've ever seen. Today is departure day. It was a great experience, 48 hours here in Brunei. I haven't seen a lot of stuff. A few facts that might be interesting. All the medical doctors in Brunei were educated in the West and overseas. They were sent to medical school, so they just take money in the pocket and pay people to go over and study. Same when you have a course that you cannot study in your own country, which, well, is quite likely because they don't do so many or have so many courses. They just give you a nice scholarship package and they send you abroad. Brunei has their own airline, Royal Brunei, which is interesting because the country just has about 430,000 people here. So I think these are all interesting facts, and it's worth to visit for a few days. That's it from Brunei. I'm going back to my desk, returning to work, and I will update you from the next journey pretty soon in a few months. See you, bye bye.